I'm Doug Maitland. I'm with the Office of Real Estate for the Ohio Department of Transportation, and this is Module 6 of the Value Finding Module Series. And in Module 6, we're going to continue with the case study that we started in Module 5, and this one reviews the construction plans. So this is the first page of the construction plans. And remember that the taking is Parcel 1 from the Butler 73 13.05 project. And that project constructs a single-lane modern turnabout at the intersection of State Route 73, also known as Trenton-Oxford Road, and Jacksonburg Road. And the parts of the plan sheets that we're going to look at will include the schematic plan, the typical sections, the plan sheets, profile sheets, and the cross sections. And we're going to also look at the drive details and the storm sewer profiles. So the first one we're looking at is the schematic plan sheet, which shows the alignment of the project. Now you're looking at the project. You see the roundabout in the middle, which is the intersection of State Route 73 and Jacksonburg Road. I've just highlighted yellow area, which shows the stationing where we begin work for the project. And in red highlighting is where you begin the project. Parcel 1 driveway has the directional arrow drawn. All right, next, plan and profile sheet. Compares the right-of-way topo sheet to the elevation of the project. All right, and I've just inserted a red line at highway station 688 plus 00, and another one at 689 plus 1. Parcel 1 runs from station 688 plus 10.72 right through 694 plus 32.14 right. And so the directional arrow shows us where 688 plus 10.72 would be on this plan sheet. And oriented to going up station, which would be in this direction. You can see which way the heavy red arrow is pointing. Profile shows State Route 73 is on a hill in the area by Parcel 1. Now this profile only shows 100 feet of the frontage of Parcel 1. Remember that it has between 500 to 600 front feet along the roadway, so this is only showing a small part of that property. All right, next we're going to look at the typical section plan sheets, which is a graphic portrayal of how the cross-sectional view of that high roadway would appear after the construction is completed. And here's the typical sheet, which brings up a question. This is what you can interpret from a typical sheet. And the question is, at station 689 plus 00, is State Route 73 A cement paved road, or B, a gravel road, or C, an asphalt blacktop road, or D, none of the above? How would you determine the answer to that question? Well, first we have to find station 689 plus 00. And 689 is within the lower stationing series. You can see that station runs from 688 plus 81.74 to station 691 plus 34.08. So 689 is within that stationing series. I've just drawn the center line of construction on State Route 73 with that red line. And so there's, to the right, is pavement that's right of the center line. You can see where the pavement is at. I've got a direction arrow going to it. And so the pavement runs from the center line of State Route 73 through the shoulder. And then you can see the pavement running left of the center line, and it runs from the center line running left through the shoulder of the road. And below those, you can see balloons number 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 5, and 15. Those will tell us about the pavement. The balloons will identify what the pavement is. So for example, balloon 3, it's 1.5 inch asphalt concrete surface concourse. Balloon 4 is 2 inch asphalt concrete intermediate course, and so on. So the answer to the question is you've got 1.5 inches of asphalt concrete surface course plus another 2 inches of asphalt concrete intermediate course plus 6 inches of asphalt concrete base plus 6 inches of an aggregate base plus 12 inches of cement stabilized subgrade. So In order to interpret that, we have to know what is asphalt concrete. And so we looked it up. Asphalt concrete is a composite material commonly used in construction projects such as road surfaces, parking lots, and airports. Asphalt concrete consists of asphalt mixed with a mineral aggregate and then laid down in layers and compacted. It is commonly called simply asphalt or blacktop. Asphalt concrete pavements are often called just asphalt by laypersons. So the answer is C. It's an asphalt blacktop roadway. So that's what you can interpret from the typical sections. All right, so let's go back to the typical section. Up station is in the direction of the arrow. Parcel 1 is on the right side of the road as we're going up station. Parcel 1 runs from station 688 plus 10.72 right through 694 plus 32.14 right. And that gray area shows the right side of the road. And so between station 688 plus 81.74 through station 691 plus 34.08, what you're looking at in gray, what is going to happen on the right side of the road. Above that is another typical that runs from station 691 plus 34.08 through station 695 plus 05.67. Another red line shows the center line of the road, and the subject would be on the right side of the road, signified by the gray area above. So first we're going to look at the typical section on the bottom, and we're going to compare it to the right-of-way topo sheet, also known as the detail sheet or right-of-way plan sheet, so we can interrelate the two to give you a better understanding. That'll be on the next sheet. All right, so now what you're looking at above comes from the right-of-way plan sheets. All right, so station 681 plus 81.74, I've got a red line drawn under that. Where is that on the right-of-way plan sheet? So I've just drawn a blue line on the right-of-way plan sheet to show you where this typical would start. And this typical runs through 691 plus 34.08. And if we look above, I've shown you where that typical would stop. So the typical below is showing us on the right-of-way plan sheet the area there where I've drawn a blue line, and I've graded that area in. All right, parcel 1 runs from 688 plus 10.72 right through 694 plus 32.14, and so I've drawn an arrow to show you where parcel 1 would actually start, where the whole property actually starts too. All right, yellowed area is existing PRO. The area adjacent to that is the net WD take, and the area outlined in blue is the temporary take. The traveled way pavement is 11 foot wide on each side of the center line. So that's that area that's a dotted red line. It's 11 foot wide. That's where the vehicles would actually travel. Also paved but adjacent to the traveled way is the shoulder. In this case, the shoulder is 2.5 feet. And then adjacent to the shoulder would be the berm, which is also 2.5 feet. And together they are 5 foot wide. Adjacent to the berm is the new ditching that's going to occur. And that ditching is approximately 6 foot wide. All right. So that was the bottom stationing for the typical. So now we're going to look at the stationing on the upper part of the typical sheet. The stationing will run between 691 plus 34.08 through station 696 plus 5.67. All right, and so we've just superimposed onto the typical sheet the right-of-way detail sheet. So 691 plus 34.08, where this typical starts. Drawn a blue line to show that location, and 696 plus 5.67 actually goes off the right-of-way detail sheet. The grade area is showing what work is being done within this typical area. Parcel 1 runs from 688 plus 10.72 through 694 plus 32.14, and so it runs to the end of that dotted line. We have a raised concrete median that's being shown in this typical. And if we look at the right-of-way detail sheet, you can see the raised concrete median that's in that would be within the new roadway. ETW means edge of traveled way. And so the edge of traveled way is 11 to 12 feet wide, running from station 691 plus 3408 through station 692 plus 73.91. And the edge of traveled way increases to 12 feet between station 692 plus 73.91 through station 694 plus 76.90. So the pavement in the general vicinity of Parcel 1 in this stationing series varies in width from 11 feet to 12 feet for the edge of traveled way. Right, so you've just seen something that's dropped into the typical section, and I've just highlighted that area with a red square. And that's curbing. That's where curbing will start on this project in the vicinity of Parcel 1. And that curbing starts at station 691 plus 34 right. And I've showed you where it is on the right-of-way detail sheet. And that curbing, you can see, starts just at the end of the driveway for Parcel 1. And then there's ditching that'll be just beyond the road. All right, it's time for a knowledge check.